In what has quickly become one of the most concerning food safety developments of the year, Walmart has announced the recall of several frozen shrimp products under its Great Value brand. The recall follows a warning from the Food and Drug Administration that these shrimp may be contaminated with Cesium-137, a radioactive isotope. The news has caused widespread concern among consumers and has drawn renewed attention to the global supply chains that bring food from international waters to American dinner tables. The story began when US Customs and Border Protection conducted routine inspections of shipping containers arriving at 4 major American ports. In those inspections, the agency reported radiation levels that exceeded normal background readings. Subsequent tests confirmed the presence of Cesium-137 in shipping containers linked to a company known as BMS Foods, an Indonesian distributor supplying frozen shrimp to the United States. While the FDA has emphasized that no contaminated shrimp have directly entered the consumer food supply, the detection of this isotope in related shipping containers has been enough to trigger an expansive recall across several states. Cesium-137 is no ordinary contaminant. It is a radioactive isotope produced through nuclear fission, often associated with fallout from nuclear energy production or past weapons testing. Its presence in food is particularly alarming because it can accumulate in living tissue if consumed, potentially leading to long-term health effects if exposure levels are significant. The isotope emits both beta particles and gamma radiation, which can travel through the body and damage cellular structures. For these reasons, food safety authorities treat even the possibility of Cesium-137 contamination with extreme caution. The affected products have been identified as Great Value raw frozen shrimp, packaged and sold under Walmart's private label. The recall specifically targets items distributed across several states, including Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia. Consumers in these areas have been urged not to eat any of the recalled shrimp, and instead to return them to Walmart stores for a full refund. The FDA has emphasized that this recall is precautionary in nature, but nonetheless essential given the seriousness of the potential contamination. The discovery has prompted broader questions about how such contamination could occur. BMS Foods, the Indonesian distributor implicated in this case, has not released a detailed explanation. However, food safety experts note that shrimp are particularly vulnerable to environmental contaminants because of the way they feed and filter particles from their surroundings. If shrimp farms or fishing areas are located near industrial discharge zones, nuclear testing sites, or areas of past radioactive release, the creatures could be at risk of exposure. While no direct evidence has yet linked the contamination to a specific environmental source in Indonesia, the mere presence of Cesium-137 in shipping containers tied to the company has set off alarms. The FDA's decision to ban all future imports from BMS Foods until further notice underscores the severity of the situation. By suspending the company's ability to ship shrimp into the United States, regulators are not only protecting consumers, but also sending a strong message to international suppliers that food safety must be prioritized at every level of the supply chain. The ban will remain in place until BMS Foods can demonstrate that its shrimp products are safe and that the conditions leading to this contamination have been fully addressed. For Walmart, the recall represents a significant challenge. As the world's largest retailer, Walmart's food supply chains stretch across the globe, and its Great Value brand has become a cornerstone of its strategy to provide affordable food to American families. The recall threatens to undermine consumer trust in that brand, at least temporarily, as shoppers question how radioactive material could have made its way into products on store shelves. Company representatives have stated that they are cooperating fully with the FDA and are committed to ensuring that all products sold under the Great Value label meet the highest safety standards. Beyond Walmart itself, the incident highlights broader vulnerabilities in global food systems. Modern supply chains are complex, involving farms, processing plants, shipping companies, customs inspections, distributors, and retailers. Any weakness or oversight along that chain can create risks that only come to light after products have already reached consumers. The detection of Cesium-137 in shipping containers underscores the importance of rigorous inspections, not just at points of origin, but also upon arrival in importing countries. Public reaction has been swift, with many consumers expressing shock and concern on social media. Some have called for stricter monitoring of imported seafood, pointing out that shrimp is one of the most widely consumed types of seafood in the United States. Others have expressed frustration at the idea that radioactive materials could enter the food chain at all, asking why international suppliers are not subject to stronger oversight before their goods leave foreign ports. The FDA has sought to calm public fears by emphasizing that the recall was issued precisely to prevent contaminated shrimp from reaching dinner tables. They have reassured consumers that, to date, no positive tests have shown Cesium-137 directly in the shrimp themselves. Instead, the contamination was detected in the shipping containers, leading regulators to act out of an abundance of caution. Still, the potential implications of such contamination mean that the issue is unlikely to fade quickly from public concern. Health experts have also weighed in, noting that while low levels of Cesium-137 may not cause immediate harm, repeated or prolonged exposure could pose significant risks. This radioactive isotope has a half-life of about 30 years, meaning that once it is present in the environment, it remains hazardous for decades. For this reason, food safety authorities treat any potential exposure through seafood or other consumables as a matter of urgent importance. The incident may also spark broader conversations about food security and the reliance on global supply chains for essential products. While importing food allows for year-round availability and lower costs, it also introduces risks that domestic consumers have little control over. The shrimp recall is likely to reignite debates over whether the United States should produce more of its seafood domestically, reducing dependence on imports from regions where oversight may be less strict. For BMS Foods, the fallout is immediate and severe. More importantly, the company now faces the task of proving that its operations are safe and free from contamination. This may involve independent audits, enhanced testing procedures, and transparency measures designed to rebuild trust with regulators and consumers alike. Meanwhile, Walmart and other retailers will need to reassure customers that their food products remain safe. This may involve public education campaigns, additional labeling, or more visible quality controls in stores. In the short term, the recall may dent sales of great value shrimp, but in the long term, the company's response to this crisis will determine whether consumer confidence can be restored. The broader seafood industry will also feel the effects of this event. Other importers and distributors may face heightened scrutiny from regulators, as the FDA seeks to prevent similar incidents in the future. Increased testing requirements, stricter documentation standards, and expanded inspections could become the new norm. While such measures may increase costs, they also serve to protect consumers and ensure that food safety remains paramount. Ultimately, the Walmart shrimp recall serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of global trade and the importance of vigilance in protecting public health. Even in an era of advanced technology and international cooperation, unforeseen risks can emerge from unexpected quarters. The appearance of Cesium-137 in shipping containers tied to a food distributor is a sobering example of how fragile trust in the food system can be, and how quickly that trust must be defended when challenges arise. For now, consumers in the affected states have been advised to check their freezers carefully and to return any recalled shrimp to Walmart stores. The FDA continues to monitor the situation, and additional testing is underway to determine the full extent of the contamination. Until then, the incident remains both a cautionary tale and a call to action for regulators, companies, and consumers alike. Understanding its short-term and long-term effects on the human body reveals why regulators responded with such urgency and why consumers have been advised to avoid even the possibility of exposure. Cesium-137 is produced through nuclear fission, most commonly in reactors or during nuclear weapons testing. Once released into the environment, it can bind easily with soil and water, entering the food chain through plants and animals. In seafood such as shrimp, the isotope could accumulate in muscle tissues due to its chemical similarity to potassium, an essential mineral used by living cells. When humans consume contaminated food, Cesium-137 can become incorporated into soft tissues, where it emits both beta and gamma radiation. Unlike surface-level contaminants that pass quickly through the digestive tract, cesium is systemic, It moves through the body's bloodstream and disperses widely into organs and tissues. The immediate side effects of ingesting even small amounts of cesium may not be noticeable right away. The isotope's radiation works silently, gradually interacting with cells and tissues at the microscopic level. Because radiation damages DNA, the first signs of exposure could include cellular changes that disrupt normal biological processes. In cases of higher-level contamination, nausea, fatigue, and weakness could occur within days. However, the greater concern lies in chronic, low-level exposure, which can lead to more subtle but long-lasting consequences. One of the most significant risks is the potential impact on the body's immune system. Prolonged exposure to radioactive isotopes weakens the ability of white blood cells to defend against infections, leaving individuals more vulnerable to common illnesses. Over time, this suppression of immune function can contribute to recurring sickness and difficulty recovering from otherwise minor health problems. Equally concerning is the effect this radioactive isotope can have on the cardiovascular system. Because the isotope mimics potassium, it can integrate into heart muscle cells. Potassium is vital for regulating electrical impulses in the heart, and any disruption in its delicate balance can affect heartbeat rhythm. Long-term accumulation of cesium-137 in cardiac tissue could therefore create irregularities in rhythm and increase the risk of heart-related complications. The skeletal system is another area of vulnerability. While cesium primarily accumulates in soft tissue, its radiation extends outward, affecting nearby bone marrow. Bone marrow is the body's source of new blood cells, and prolonged exposure can suppress its ability to produce healthy red and white blood cells. This can lead to anemia, chronic fatigue, and, in severe cases, compromised immunity due to reduced white blood cell counts. Perhaps the most widely discussed long-term consequence is the increased risk of cancer. Ever since the launch of the Perseverance rover, numerous online users have reported sightings of enigmatic artifacts on the Martian surface. Among the most recent discoveries is an image that sparked intrigue within online communities dedicated to investigating unusual phenomena on Mars. This particular image prompted considerable discussion, with many observers noting the striking resemblance of the object to mushrooms or mold growing on a rock. Some individuals claimed that the fungus-like growth had appeared on the Martian surface in a matter of days, expressing unease towards this peculiar feature. Furthermore, certain members speculated on the long-standing debate regarding NASA's alleged documentation of life on Mars over the years, pointing out a perceived lack of extensive scrutiny of such photographic evidence provided by the agency. The discourse surrounding these observations continues to fuel speculation and curiosity among those closely following developments on Mars. Dr. Regina Das, from the Department of Microbiology at the School of Life Sciences in India, has expressed intriguing observations regarding certain photographs. According to her, the sedimentary formations captured in the images exhibit unique characteristics such as mushroom-like shapes, distinct stems, stalks, and what appears to be spores spread across the surrounding terrain. She highlighted the rarity of these features, emphasizing that terrestrial forces, whether geological or otherwise, are incapable of generating such diverse sedimentary structures in significant numbers. Notably, NASA documented 15 distinct specimens sprouting from the ground within a remarkably short span of just 3 days. These findings have raised questions about the origin and formation of these peculiar structures, prompting further investigation and analysis to unravel the mysteries surrounding them. The assertion triggered a surge in interest in the photographs, prompting numerous individuals to speculate whether this could potentially serve as definitive evidence of the existence of life on Mars. To conduct a comprehensive study, scientists would have to physically witness and classify microorganisms or any microbial entities residing in the soil, rocks, or beneath the Martian surface. This extensive process might entail deploying automated rovers or landers, outfitted with advanced tools, designed to pinpoint indications of microbial life, like metabolic functions or organic elements. Examining these samples with meticulous detail is crucial to enriching our understanding of potential microbial existence on Mars. In-depth analyses conducted through such means contribute significantly to enhancing our knowledge of the possibility of life beyond Earth in alien environments like Mars. Given this situation, A proposition has been put forth suggesting that NASA should direct the Mars rover to investigate this specific rock, collect samples from it, and conduct analyses to detect potential indications of life forms. The rationale behind this proposal lies in the belief that the rock in question might hold crucial clues that could shed light on the presence of life beyond Earth. Researchers are required to detect and examine organic molecules, which are compounds comprising carbon and other vital elements for life that serve as indicators of biological processes. This task may encompass scrutinizing samples of Martian soil, rocks, or even atmospheric gases to determine the existence of amino acids, lipids, sugars, or various other biomolecules. The analysis of these substances is crucial for gaining insights into potential biological activity on Mars and understanding the fundamental building blocks necessary to sustain life forms on the red planet. Researchers interested in exploring potential signs of biological existence on Mars may conduct investigations targeting metabolic activities linked to living organisms like respiration, photosynthesis, and methane generation. The utilization of sophisticated tools capable of identifying various gases, including oxygen, methane, and other metabolic residues, could serve as crucial indicators pointing towards ongoing biological processes on the red planet. This approach not only facilitates the detection of potential life forms, but also offers insights into the dynamic biological functions that could be occurring on Mars, shedding light on the possibility of life. The preserved remnants of ancient life on Mars, like microbial mats, stromatolites, or microbial fossils, hold significant potential as crucial indicators of historical biological processes on the planet. In upcoming exploratory endeavors, there is a likelihood of launching missions specifically aimed at retrieving samples from Mars for detailed examination. These missions would focus on gathering and scrutinizing Martian rocks and sedimentary formations in order to ascertain the presence of fossilized remains or other distinct markers of past life. In a comprehensive exploration of the topic, Dr. Edwin Kite, a planetary geoscientist affiliated with the University of Chicago, expressed their stance by saying that they would take away their license as a biologist, especially those specialized in microbiology. They are of the belief that the features are caused by wind erosion. Scientists might have seen a life molecule on another planet. In a significant advancement in the quest for extraterrestrial life, scientists may have identified a molecule that is typically generated solely by living organisms on Earth. This discovery marks a crucial milestone in the exploration for life beyond our planet. The groundbreaking detection of this particular molecule holds promising implications for the potential existence of beings on other celestial bodies. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has recently reported a potential identification of dimethyl sulfide as revealed by researchers. This compound is typically associated with biological activity on Earth, as it is primarily generated by living organisms, notably phytoplankton, thriving in oceanic settings. While the observation regarding the presence of DMS on the distant planet remains unconfirmed by scientists, additional validation is required to substantiate this claim. It is imperative for further research to ascertain conclusively whether DMS does indeed exist on the remote celestial body in substantial quantities. In addition to the thrilling discovery of the planet K218b, it has captured the attention of scientists for several compelling reasons. Researchers have verified the presence of carbon-containing compounds on this intriguing planet, such as methane and carbon dioxide. This revelation marks a significant breakthrough in the quest for extraterrestrial life, shedding light on the chemical composition of this planet and fueling speculation about the potential for habitability. The findings indicate the possibility that this planet could potentially belong to the category of Hycean exoplanets, characterized by having an atmosphere abundant in hydrogen and a surface predominantly composed of water. These specific environmental characteristics are believed to create favorable conditions that could potentially support extraterrestrial life forms. This planet revolves around a faint dwarf star called K218, located approximately 120 light-years away from our planet Earth. This distant world has a mass 8 times greater than that of Earth, classifying it as a sub-Neptune in the scientific community. This classification distinguishes it from any known planets in our solar system, presenting a unique and intriguing subject that has not been extensively explored by researchers. The scientific community lacks definitive knowledge regarding the composition and appearance of the atmospheres surrounding exoplanets. This uncertainty extends to the potential characteristics of these planetary atmospheres. However, recent research outcomes indicate a promising prospect for investigating the possibility of extraterrestrial life in these environments. The statement by Niku Madhusudan, an astronomer at the University of Cambridge and the primary author of a recent publication detailing the outcomes, highlights the crucial significance of exploring a wide range of habitable environments when seeking potential life forms beyond our planet. This assertion stresses the necessity of broadening our perspective to encompass various habitable conditions in the quest for extraterrestrial life. In the past, the exploration for extraterrestrial life has predominantly concentrated on smaller terrestrial planets. However, the broader Hycean exoplanets offer a more optimal environment for conducting atmospheric studies. Hycean worlds, distinguished by their substantial size, present a unique opportunity for scientists to delve into the complexities of these planets. This planet, despite its potential as a habitable exoplanet, harbors certain conditions that could impede the sustenance of life. While speculations suggest the existence of an ocean on its surface, the extreme temperatures prevailing on the planet might render this ocean inhospitable for life forms. Furthermore, this ocean may not even maintain a liquid state given the intense heat conditions. Scientists are eager to delve deeper into the characteristics of the planet and explore the realm of sub-Neptunes through more extensive observations. However, these sub-Neptunes pose a challenge in terms of visibility, despite being widely prevalent in the galaxy, as they are frequently obscured by the intense brightness emanating from their host stars. This hindrance in observation underscores the complexity of studying these celestial bodies, which are vital for expanding our understanding of planetary systems. Utilizing a similar methodology, this planet was initially identified by observing the brightness of its star and detecting the decrease in brightness that occurs when the planet transits in front of it. The recent discoveries employed a comparable approach by analyzing the star's light using the Webb telescope to identify residual chemical signatures present in the planet's atmosphere. This thorough investigation not only involved the identification of the exoplanet, but also delved deeper into the atmospheric composition by examining the subtle imprints of various chemicals. In discussing the findings, Savas Constantinou, a member of the research team from the University of Cambridge, highlighted that the conclusions drawn were based on just 2 observations of this planet, with numerous additional observations still in progress. He emphasized that the current study merely scratches the surface of what the James Webb Space Telescope is capable of detecting in exoplanets within the habitable zone. This insight underscores the early stage of exploration and research conducted. Further research efforts are essential to provide a more detailed understanding of these substances, thereby contributing to validating the potential existence of dimethyl sulfide. In the pursuit of uncovering life forms on a potentially hospitable exoplanet, Professor Madhusudan explicitly articulated that such a discovery would revolutionize our perceptions of mankind's position within the vast cosmos. He emphasized that the research outcomes signify a significant stride in unraveling the mysteries surrounding Hycean-type planets, offering a glimpse into the intricacies of these alien worlds. The research is detailed in a forthcoming publication titled Carbon-Bearing Molecules in a Possible Hycean Atmosphere in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. The universe is an incomprehensibly vast and wondrous place, teeming with billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars and countless planets. Among these galaxies, our own Milky Way stands out as a majestic spiral of stars, planets, and cosmic wonders. The Milky Way galaxy, our cosmic home, is estimated to contain anywhere from 100 billion to 400 billion stars. Orbiting many of these stars are planets, worlds of rock, gas, and ice that span a wide range of sizes, compositions, and environments. Until recently, the existence of planets beyond our solar system, known as exoplanets, was purely speculative. However, advances in observational techniques and space-based telescopes have allowed astronomers to detect and characterize thousands of exoplanets orbiting distant stars. As of today, astronomers have confirmed the existence of over 4,500 exoplanets within the Milky Way, but it's estimated that in the Milky Way galaxy alone, there's over 100 million planets. These planets come in a staggering array of sizes and configurations, from massive gas giants like Jupiter to rocky Earth-like worlds orbiting within their star's habitable zone, the region where liquid water could exist on the planet's surface. The discovery of exoplanets has revolutionized our understanding of planetary systems and expanded our view of the cosmos beyond our solar system. Beyond the confines of the Milky Way, the universe stretches out into infinity, populated by billions of galaxies scattered across the vast expanse of space. Current estimates suggest that there are at least 100 billion galaxies in the observable universe, each containing billions or even trillions of stars, along with their retinue of planets, moons, and other celestial bodies.